Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show will begin in 10 minutes.
Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything gonna be alright. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back with you again here on the Cave Crew Radio pre-show, exclusively on YouTube, Facebook, at cavecrewradio.com. My name is DK. It is, I guess, All Hallows Eve, or almost. A couple days away. And here with me, as always, ladies and gentlemen, is His Royal Highness, the Big B.
Hi there.
I think we got a fun show lined up here.
And you are just a couple of days early for All Hallows Eve.
Well, I
will
know.
be on Sunday.
Next week, it'll be Guys Fuck Day.
Is that what day is that?
I think it's November 4th.
4th, okay. I should have it in the book somewhere. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I think it's November 4th is Guy Fuck Day. But Halloween's not Sunday, it's Monday.
Yes, All Hallows Eve is Sunday.
All Hallows Eve is Sunday. Devil's Night.
Devil's Night, that's right.
Yeah. And I see there's lots of action going around your place today. Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Candy and costumes and
so there will be no drink of the night tonight.
Oh,
because my wife is still at my son's school preparing for the Halloween party tomorrow.
See, I thought that maybe you'd have something like frothing with some dry ice or something like, or you would have made something. I mean, you're quite a bartender yourself, so I guess peanut butter whiskey.
It's just going to be beer and whiskey tonight. Unless for whatever, I don't expect my wife home anytime soon, but unless she comes home real soon and decides to make a drink.
We might have a surprise towards the end of the show.
Maybe, but I don't even think she's going to be home.
But while she's gone, we have a show, and I think we got some good stuff. We got Mike Jolitz reads the news, and he's emailing me, telling me it's over 5 minutes, just by a little bit. I've introduced a new segment. Oh, have you listened? No,
it's a good segment.
Spoil it. I just make sure. So he's getting in just like us, a new segment.
He messaged me last night, and I hadn't had a chance to listen to what he had posted yet. It was a very busy day yesterday. So I listened. Actually, I listened this morning, and
so you're cheating.
Well, no, just to the new segment.
Okay.
I didn't listen to the whole news. I didn't hear, but just the new segment. And there is so many possibilities. It's going to be a good segment.
Okay, so the listeners are going to be excited.
I believe so, especially with there are things going on in the news over the past couple of days that this alludes to.
All right, this is going to be great. I have not listened, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm in the same boat as you. A new segment during Mike Reads the News tonight. I can't wait.
And I'm currently still looking for Guy Fawkes in the book. I don't remember when it was.
Today is, I think it's November 4th. We got a couple of people in chat. Anybody know when Guy Fuck Day is in Great Britain, where they light all the fireworks and he burnt down the Parliament building or whatever he did. We don't have Stu anymore. He's long since.
I like how it's Guy Fuck Day now. It's no longer Guy Fawkes Day. It's Guy Fuck Day.
Yeah. Well, isn't that what we used to call it?
I don't remember. I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find it.
I don't know. They all go nuts. It's like a bunch of trans invade England. We haven't seen Short Zion forever. Someone's got to do a wellness check on that guy. So we've got no one to help us tonight. No one from England. But I do have some big UK news.
Some big England news.
Yeah, before we kick off into your epicenter, which is apparently very important tonight.
It's a special one. I'll explain when we get there.
So we might not be as scary as other shows, no fortune tellers or tarot card readers or anything like that. But we're always full of surprises here on Cave Crew Radio. And we've got a major epicenter. I've got a major announcement. We've got some great news stories. We've got Florida back in the news tonight, giving TikTok a very small break. And who knows what else? Who knows what else is coming?
You know there's TikTok involved in our stories tonight.
Somewhere. There might be. I've always got it on cue. That's why we did it. Just while I have you here, ladies and gentlemen, completely off topic, nothing to do with this show. Pucks and Pints, Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, if you enjoy hockey talk. It's all hockey. Everything's hockey. Also, I was... we got these new affiliates and whatnot. I was talking one to one today, News Pulse Radio, and they're recruiting talk shows. So I always promote both shows as a package. I have 2 other possible places we can syndicate. When he got to Cave Crew, he says to me, it says uncut. Does that mean you use bad words? And I said, lots. I said, we use lots of bad words. I said, it's not only the bad words. I said, it's the sensitive content of the news.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always that we're swearing so much, but we talk about a lot of sensitive topics. I said, this is ideal for like a late night show. And he listened a little bit and said, I agree, but I like it. I'm going to submit it. And then he said, what about Pucks and Pints? Do you use any foul language? I think is the word he used. And I said, moderately. I said, I don't know if you listen to NHL Network at all or any of those other like Cyrus shows, but the odd bomb slips, and it's not meant to be as vulgar as said Cave Crew Radio may be, but the odd thing slips. But
now,
especially if I get angry.
Can I call out one of our affiliates?
Sure.
So, with Alternative Twist Radio.
Yes.
I believe you were miscalling their name.
Yeah. It's all fixed now.
No, it's all fixed and it was corrected. But one good turn deserves another.
Okay, 40 seconds.
And Alternative Twist Radio had put out a tweet that we had all retweeted, and they called us Caveman Crew Radio.
Oh.
We are not Caveman Crew. You want your name correct? Pronounce our name correct.
Yeah, okay. Really? You want to get it? You love to get us booted off radio.
Yeah, I'm only kidding.
Just like all Radio X. You
I didn't get booted. I
know.
Nobody booted off all Radio
I'm
X.
just teasing you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for the show? It's a Halloween special here on Cave Crew Radio. It's great to be here with all of you. And let's get out there and have some fun. First thing I do is turn on the radio. And I'm going to have more of that next week, but that's another story. Here we go.
Air traffic control, bringing New York. Roger that. Bringing Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Are you scared?
My friends, tonight we unveil my most diabolical creation.
You have nothing to worry about.
Please prepare yourself for a night you'll probably never forget.
This is great.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Today's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you going to do with it?
to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Hello? Is anybody there? Boo! I'm back. I'm Borno. I'm a tree most of the year, but then I come back as the one and only. Cave Crew Radio. I'm hijacking your stream. Somebody told me it's gonna be a spooktacular fucking show. Boo! I'm Borno. Let's get on with it.
Cave Crew Radio is now streaming on Alternative Twist Radio and Pulse Talk Radio and at cavecrewradio.com.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. Welcome to the cave. I never expected a ghostly ghoul like that to show up tonight. But anyway, it's great to have you here. We are live on cavecrewradio.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We are also syndicating over on Alternative Twist Radio and Pulse Talk Radio. But ladies and gentlemen, all our friends in Stinchlandia, all our friends in England, all our friends around the world, as of November 4th, which is next week, we will be airing live on Pulse Talk Radio Friday evenings in the UK at 1 p.m. in the morning. Bordeaux, thanks for stopping by on this special night. But we have a show to do, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King B, King of Stenchlandia, and your President-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. But do you recall back in the 80s when your favorite sitcom would suddenly come on and there'd be a preface before the show? Tonight's episode is a very special episode of Different Strokes, whatever.
Right. Happy Days.
Happy Days, whatever. A very special, it's a poignant, serious episode.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
So tonight I have a very special episode, a very special epicenter.
This is so wait a minute. This may need a little bit of fanfare.
So I don't know if I ever brought it up on the show, but I know I had spoken to you about it about a month, maybe a month and a half ago. My wife lost her wallet in the city.
Oh yes, I remember that, and we never had closure.
Right. So on the way home from work, she said she got bumped into, and the wallet fell out of her bag. Whatever, she loses everything. No. So she lost her wallet, and I had to scramble. I had to cancel credit cards and debit cards and get new, health insurance cards and all of this stuff. Right. We had to go to the DMV and get a new ID because her learner's permit and New York State ID was in there. So that's gone. We spent like a week trying to get all of this stuff done from her losing her wallet like a month and a half ago. Finally got everything back, got all the new cards, got all the debit cards, did the DMV thing. I sat in the car for an hour while she was in the DMV, got the ID. So 2 days ago, my wife comes home from work and there's a package and I don't pay attention to because we get some Amazon shit or whatever. And I don't pay attention. It's just sitting there. My wife comes and she's addressed to her. It's a FedEx package, opens it up and out comes her wallet.
There is still good in this world.
There is still good in this world. Out comes the wallet with every single card, identification, everything still in the wallet. And a lovely note attached from some woman in New Jersey who said...
New Jersey. This is like message in a bottle.
She said she found the wallet at some area in the city right by where my wife works. And...
so your wife is in New Jersey?
No, in the city.
Oh.
The person lives in New Jersey who found the wallet.
Okay, so she was touring nearby where your wife works.
Tons of people that live in New Jersey work in Manhattan.
Okay, got you.
So it's one of those places. You live in Jersey, you work in Manhattan. So this woman lived in New Jersey. She was obviously working in Manhattan. And note was like, I found it at this certain spot in the city. I had looked for you on social media, but I guess she couldn't figure out who it was. So here's your wallet. I'm sure you've canceled all the cards by now, but I wanted you to make sure you had everything back.
Just in case there's a picture or a certain memento or something. That's wonderful.
Every single thing. My wife went through it. First of all, we were all shocked that, she opened the package and out comes her wallet with keys attached because she had her keys attached to it. So the keys were still attached and all the cards and everything. She never carries cash. So it wasn't a matter of any cash being stolen. All the cards, credit cards, IDs, keys, everything was attached to the wallet. And it was just a shock to come out and say, holy shit, look. And we were all in amazement. So I know the past couple of days she was off from work because she's doing Halloween things at my son's school. But we are going to obviously write a nice letter back to this lady send her some denomination of a gift card as a thank you. And it's good to see that in this crappy world that has become, there is still some good people out there
that you and I beat the shit out of nonstop.
Right.
If there was more people like this lady, we wouldn't even have a show.
Correct.
We'd have nothing to talk about.
Correct.
We'd have to turn into Jim and Tammy Faye.
It was one an utter and complete shock, because you never expect anything to be returned once you lose it,
especially in New York City.
Especially in New York City.
Of all the places in the world, like maybe Dallawalla, South Dakota, some guy might drive by on his donkey or his horse and find something and place it back in your mailbox. But certainly in New York City, you don't expect a lady from Jersey, the Jersey Shore, to pick it up. And that's fantastic news. And you just spoiled the mood of the show.
Well, I think we're always negative and yelling and angry. This is a very special episode.
Yes.
Of the epicenter.
But I hate
this is the epicenter of having faith back in humanity, even for just a half a second.
Yes, because trust me, things are going to take a foul turn.
They always do.
Very quickly.
they always do with us, but I had to bring that up. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing. To that woman out there, why, thank you, and you have something coming to you.
Well, to see you on screen doing this, it reminds me of the Grinch. When that pea of a heart suddenly bursted for all the Who's in Whoville.
Goes 2 sizes too big.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. But let's not thrive on that for too long.
No, we have to get back to our anger and awfulness.
That's great news, because I've had a very long week as well, and sometimes I question if there is at all any good in this world, and it's great to hear that, even if it's on Cave Crew Radio.
That's right. So it was a great thing. We're all very happy.
Now, on the negative side of things, just to flip the fucking world upside down,
bring us back to reality.
You're not getting a special drink tonight.
I am not, because as I said, my wife has been off yesterday and today. She is at my son's school currently preparing for the Halloween party that will take place tomorrow. So apparently today, for the kids in school, they did a trunk or treat for the kids to come out and get candy. My little one was very excited by this and told me all about it. So my wife was volunteering for that, and now she's at the school preparing the gymnasium for the Halloween party for tomorrow.
Yes, she loves that stuff, and in no time she'll be decorating you for Christmas.
Oh my God, she loves this shit.
Oh, she does. Hey, enjoy it while you can.
I had what I think 7 gift baskets strewn throughout the house that are now at the school. So we're clearing things out, which is nice.
I mean, someone asked me today, well, what do you got going on for Halloween? Well, I'm too old to go to costume parties, and my kid's too old to trick or treat. So normally what we do at my house is the wife will buy a bunch of chocolate bars and a bunch of chips.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a candy guy. So we kind of fight to who's going to get to the door, because if it's her, she'll be like throwing the chips out the door. She wants to save the chocolate bars. If it's me, the chips are like thrown away and hidden. I want those chips. They're like gold in my house. And I'll throw the chocolate out the door. So
are they the KFC chips?
No, I haven't found them since. I do enjoy those, though. I do enjoy those. But anyway, before we jump into our news, we got a great show, ladies and gentlemen. If you weren't on the pre-show, Mike Jolitz has a new segment, and we're all busting at the seams for that. And we've got some good news, and we also have Florida in the news tonight. So we're going to try and tie it into Halloween as best we can. But after Big B's Christmas story in his epicenter, it's going to be hard to do. But hey, what are they doing on Hallmark? I guarantee you my wife's watching it now. It's 45 days of 24-hour Christmas movies. We've seen this one before, dear. Can we turn on the game? This is brand new. If you must, I'll DVR it.
So your wife loves this time of year. She's a big Hallmark Channel fan.
She gushes over this shit. She's a fantastic lady. She's a lot of fun when you get her out of the house. She's got a great sense of humor, but it's her only weakness.
And now, is this on the gigantic TV in the living room?
Yes, of course it is.
So you don't get to watch your Maple Leafs.
Oh, no. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, when it's game night, I've got kid lock and wife lock on the TV.
Wait, so explain to me this conversation. There's the Hallmark brand new 2022 movie of the week on tomorrow night, say.
Yeah.
And at the exact same time, the Maple Leafs are playing. How does this conversation work?
I light a candle and I say, honey, I love you dearly. Here's what's going to happen. In the same fucking village every other movie is set in, there's a stranger that's going to come from out of town. That stranger is going to meet someone with a cold heart who's never had a good relationship. And in the end, the Christmas spirit will win. So we'll catch that on another movie tomorrow night. This is the fucking thing. And there she is. Well, she's watching Christmas movies. What's going on right now, Isbia? Are they having a drink? Are they perfect strangers? Is there someone from out of town that is visiting that gets snowed in with fake fucking snow? It's not even real snow.
Well, they film it in June, so no, it would never be real snow. So when this conversation happens, you're getting close to game time. You're sitting there looking at your watch saying, puck drops in 10 minutes. You're getting close to game time. She's prepared. She got the popcorn and the bonbons ready for a Hallmark movie night.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there looking at the watch saying
cinnamon scentsy burning.
Right. And you're sitting there saying, Tavares is going to take that face off in 10 minutes. Is there negotiation?
No, there is no negotiation at that point. There is DVR. Hockey is live. Christmas is in an alternate universe that only costs me a lot of money. Okay. Christmas is my favorite time. Yeah. Okay. We get it, Isby. I love it. But I guarantee you, if I left Big B here to talk for 15 minutes, I'd have the whole synopsis of the show you're watching. Well, you got her going now, Big B.
Oh, no, she says she records the movies and watches the game.
Yeah, she is.
See, now here's the difference. Here's the difference between your wife and my wife. Your wife is an actual sports fan, from what I gather. She's a Maple Leafs fan.
Choice, Big B. She lives with two men that love hockey and football, and
but from what I gather, she's a sports fan herself. So she likes the Maple Leafs. I don't know if she likes baseball or football, but I know she's a Maple Leafs fan. Whereas my wife doesn't like sports at all. So you kind of have to have. And she also doesn't watch Hallmark channels either. She watches like the Science Channel and shit.
Yeah, which is
so.
I like that.
Right. So if there's like a Science Channel show about meteors meeting each other and dating and Christmas, and the Ranger game coming on, it's kind of like, all right, let's flip back and forth. Okay. We can watch a little bit of this, but when the commercial comes, I'm going to flip back to the Ranger game. So we go back and forth.
See, you need to get control of your household. This is what it's all about. Because see, what you do is they want certain things and you want certain things. The 90-inch TV was my gift. So technically I can put a padlock on it, right? I might not get none for about 9.5 months, but it's okay. It's hockey.
Hockey will prevail.
Yeah, you're not going to a live football game, honey. It's too expensive. Which, by the way, SB, you need to read your email because I sent you a really good deal on Leaf tickets, and I need an answer on it. They're going for $400 on Ticketmaster, and I can get 133 each.
She's very fiery in chat right now. She says, "You do not have control. F you."
I have no control. I am a robot.
So you just became the Ralph Cramden talking to Ed Norton, and then suddenly Alice walks through the door.
Either that, or it's Alan Peggy. I don't know. It depends what genre you come from. Or maybe I'm the dead guy on Grey's Anatomy that keeps coming back. He came back again last night. I thought I was having a nightmare. Anyway,
I've never seen the show.
I don't watch it either. But he always shows up when I turn on the channel. It's really freaky.
Is it the Hallmark Channel?
I could have swore they all died like in a plane crash, like in 2015 or something like that. But anyway, all right. So enough of that. So we got to get into the news. Stick around for the news, Isbia. We got a special good news group here. And trust me, guys, you're going to want to wait for the fourth one. I just stumbled on it tonight, and I think we got gold there. Both Big B and I have suspicions of who it might be, but you're going to have to wait. Plus, Mike Jolitz, don't forget. So let's hop into the news before we get too carried away.
Now, it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
Well, Isbia like this one. It has to do with a relationship.
This could be a Hallmark extra special movie.
Yeah.
So this first story comes from...
You're right. You and I could get famous with this, because if we start, instead of doing this shit on YouTube and Pulse Talk Radio and Alternative Twist Radio, we could be doing Hallmark. It's not hard, Big B. Turn a couple movies on.
There you go.
Fucking Alex Cardinelli could write Hallmark movies. I'm telling you.
Good God. But they would have to be about fish relationships.
All right, over to the
first story comes from the New York Post. Headline reads, "Mom left husband of 14 years for soulmate only to be rejected."
Oh,
this has Hallmark movie written all over
Hallmark. This is totally Hallmark. She's with the guy. They got a family, a puppy, one of those white picket fences. And she meets her soulmate.
Quote unquote. It takes two souls to tango. A mom of two has been mocked on social media after revealing she left her longtime husband for a man she believed to be her soulmate, only for him to promptly reject her. Amanda Trenfield has been described by critics as a self-destructive sociopath for writing about the emotional saga in her new book, When a Soulmate Says No.
Also, she wrote a book. See, this is Hallmark. There's a book already. All we got to do is turn it into a script.
That's it. An excerpt from the tome published in the Sydney Morning Herald. This obviously comes from Australia.
Yes.
The Sydney Morning Herald last week sparked ridicule from readers who claimed the rejection was karma for the fact she had blown up her own marriage. She ruined her life for nothing. One of the biggest losses we've ever seen, one reader quipped with glee.
With glee.
In the extract, Trenfield describes an electric encounter with her so-called soulmate, which occurred while she was at a dinner party with her husband. Hallmark movie. She's at a dinner party with her husband.
And she lifted her skirt in the ladies' room.
This is Hallmark all over it. As I settled into my seat, I looked up and immediately lost my breath, Trenfield wrote. When our eyes met, there was an instant familiarity.
Green beans.
When our eyes met, there was an instant familiarity that ran deeper than water cooler chat. These eyes had locked before, 12 years earlier. His name was Jason. I hadn't forgotten.
This is weird. This is Jason and Amanda. Did you catch on to this?
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Amanda. Oh my God, it's Jason and Amanda.
This is wonderful. We got our actors for the movie now.
Trenfield did not explain the circumstances under which she previously met Jason, but said that she felt an immediate attraction and soon struck up a conversation with him. Over the course of the evening, my attraction to Jason developed. I soon became aware of his every breath, and I unconsciously mirrored his pace. I caught myself embarrassingly looking at his chest through his slim-fitted white evening shirt.
Oh, God.
Yes, he had a fit, toned, and attractive body, but it was his chest I was drawn to.
This show, it was a bulge in his fucking pants, you pig. This show has gone to shit ever since the epicenter. There is no way we're going to save this. The affiliates are going to dump us now. We might as well apply to Hallmark.
I tried to have a nice epicenter, and look where it got us. The pair continued to drink and talk into the night, with the author insisting that her attraction to Jason only intensified as the hours went by. By the time the group left the restaurant late in the evening, all my senses were on high alert. It was abundantly clear that the energy between Jason and me was somehow charged.
Well, he obviously wanted to get laid, and she thought it was a romance. Where is the husband?
I have no idea.
I thought she was out to dinner with her husband originally.
You know what this makes him?
Oh,
a cuckold.
Cuckold. He's a cuckold.
The pair ended the evening
filming the whole thing.
The pair ended the evening with a hug as Trentfield whispered into Jason's ear, "This isn't over. I need to see you again."
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Amanda.
I had never felt anything like this before. I had never experienced this sensation, she gushed. I now know without hesitation, without question, without any doubt in my mind, my body, or my heart, that the energy we experienced that evening was our souls connecting. I left the dinner party a different woman.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but in my music cue, I do not have Some Enchanted Evening.
Some Enchanted Evening.
Oh, look, Isby is twisting it around. You can tell she watches Hallmark. Husband's at the bar with some young lady.
There you go. See, the twists happen.
But I bet you that young lady would have stayed with the husband longer than Jason stayed with Amanda.
The author continued to coo over the intoxicating experience with Jason, writing, "I knew in my heart, in my soul, in the very fabric of my being that I had profoundly changed. I couldn't articulate the feelings."
Coo over you?
What?
Have you ever had a woman coo over you?
I have no idea.
I've had a child, like, you know, when you have a baby and you're burping them or you're playing with them, they coo. I've never had a woman coo over me.
I don't know. Probably not.
No.
The connectedness I experienced with Jason was at a level impossible to describe. All I knew for certain was that this one encounter in the most unlikely of places, under the most unusual of circumstances, had dramatically altered my life. Less than a month later, Trentfield ended her 14-year marriage with her husband, despite not having any further communication with Jason since the night of the dinner party. Oh, wait. Well, hold on. Hold the story while we cut to chat. Can we have the dun dun dun?
Oh, shit again. There's been too many dun dun duns tonight.
No, this is great.
There is absolutely no dun 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 to this.
According to Melissa, Ken had sherry.
There was this old hag. She was even old for me. At Tim Hortons, and she was married, and Isby is probably right. I think I was her kindred spirit, but I also ghosted her because I had a liking for Isbia. Nothing ever happened. And Isby is going to fight this one to the death because she wants to turn it into a Hallmark movie. There was never anything.
Was Sherry attracted to the probe?
Perhaps everyone was attracted to the probe at one point or another. You have to remember we're in the 90s at this point. But what you got to realize is she was absolutely obsessed with me. But I found no interest in Sherry, baby. Oh. Anyway, carry on. We got better stories than this.
Well, we haven't gotten to the dumping yet. The woman who had always been so careful, so planned, so organized, and so clear about the path of her life would take, had just made the most dramatic decision of her life, one affecting those dearest to her, her family. In spite of her memoir's title, the passage printed in the Australian newspaper ended on a cliffhanger and left out the part where Trentfield gets rejected by Jason.
This would be a great movie. This is one that I would actually watch because in the Hallmark movies, it's always a happy ending, right? This would be great to see the woman's heart broken at the very end. This would be beautiful.
I have never ever seen one Hallmark movie ever.
You don't want to. Neither have I. I've seen bits and pieces of them, and I can pretty much lay things down. Throw me in Hallmark, believe it or what. I'll crush it. Throw me in Isby, a one-on-one Hallmark, believe it or what. You read the questions. I'll win. Where was that movie filmed? Vancouver, British Columbia. Final answer.
You know the director, the EP, the showrunner.
The address of the house that everyone lives in is 1444 Main Street, Victoria, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Wow. You rolled that off like the back of your hand.
It pisses. I hate Hallmark. If I had an evil bone in my body, but this is a fun show, so I won't do it. I would blow Hallmark up and all their fucking stupid birthday and Christmas cards.
And I tried so hard on the very beginning with my epicenter.
It's not going that way.
So the rest of the story is only a few more lines, but it's basically reactions to Twitter. It doesn't go into how Jason dumped Amanda, but I have to read this line. One of the reactions on Twitter from somebody, doesn't say who, is, and I quote, "Lady, your kids will read this one day and will know that you blew up the family because you got too horny on Shiraz."
It's too long for a show note, but it's excellent.
It is excellent. And as a postscript to the story, Amanda Trentfield now works as a life coach.
Oh, there you go. She's
and does not appear to have reconciled with her ex-husband.
So just because we're experts at filling in the blanks because we so often have to do, I'm going to tell you what happened. She went out to Jason's car or up to his motel room if they were having a convention in a motel. Mm-hmm. They probably fucked. According to Isbia, the husband was at the bar watching the game or whatever he was doing. She walked back into the bar, says, "Look, honey, I got bad news for you. I've had what do you call that when
epiphany?
An epiphany. Thank you. I was drawing a blank. I've had an epiphany and I want a divorce." And she went back and the guy was gone. And she was shocked. But now she's written a new novel, become a life coach. She's doing very well for herself. So all's well that ends well, I guess.
I guess.
I hope this story has a little bit more bite to it. Oh, yes, I was excited about this one. This is something we see on Cops or something back in the day.
So the next story also comes from the New York Post. Headline reads, "Massachusetts beekeeper unleashes angry swarm on cops to stop local residents' eviction."
Listen, if government doesn't do things like you want them to, you've got to this is taking the law into your own hands. This is like storming the White House.
It went from eviction notice to sting operation. A Massachusetts woman suited up in full beekeeper garb to unleash a swarm of angry bees on police as they tried to evict a longtime local resident. Beekeeper Rory Woods, 55, of Hadley, allegedly turned her hives into weapons outside the $1.5 million home of Alton King Jr. in Springfield, where demonstrators had gathered to protest his eviction on October 12th. The bee lady caused a buzz when she allegedly hopped out of a trailer attached to an SUV and began shaking several hives, causing hundreds of the insects to swarm and sting police officers.
How come I didn't see this on ABC World News?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Like, this is a major. Anyway, this guy's getting. I got to back up a little bit. This guy's getting evicted from a $1.5 million home.
Yep. I don't know what he did, but he's getting evicted.
Bees to the rescue for the title. I'll write that down.
Several cops were allergic, and one had to retreat after she was stung in the face. The honeycomb hauling hothead. Hold while I write things down.
Yeah, because I didn't hear that quick enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, it gets better. There's a couple more stories that are even better. Don't bail out on us yet. And we got Mike Jolitz's new segment, so you don't want to go anywhere. I don't care if you got to go to the bathroom. Take the fucking phone or computer with you. So this woman, wait a minute. There's a dude in a $1.5 million house who's being evicted. Yeah. Yes. I guess he's living over his means. I get that. How does he know the beekeeper who just like conveniently pulls up in the SUV with a trailer on the back filled with hives?
Well, if you look at that picture in the lower left corner.
I can bring this up. Hang on. Lower, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Right. The picture in the lower left corner. She just looks like somebody that's involved in everybody's business and thinks she has the right to intervene for everybody, and she knows best. She just looks like one of those people.
But not many people have the ability to unleash bees.
Well, she has the added weapons. The honeycomb hauling hothead then slipped on a beekeeping suit and rolled 3 more hives in front of the house to block cops from serving King eviction papers. Officers at this time attempted to stop Woods, but were attacked by the bees.
Are
Deputy Jocelyn,
you protesters out there who like block bridges, international borders, and swarm capitals, are you taking note? It was her and some bees. She did it. Good for her.
Officers at this time attempted to stop Woods, but were attacked by the bees. Deputy Jocelyn was stung in the face and had to retreat. When police tried to arrest Woods, she allegedly resisted, no shit, and was tackled to the ground and handcuffed. As she was hauled away by cops, police told Woods that some officers were having bad reaction to the bee stings. She said, "Oh, you're allergic? Good."
Yeah, I me and bees aren't friend. I'll tell you that. I swell. I don't have an EpiPen or anything like that, but I don't get along with bees.
Protesters in the normally sleepy cul-de-sac demanded she be set free, but cops said the ambush is not going to fly. This woman who traveled here put lives in danger as several of the staff on the scene are allergic to bees. We had one staff member go to the hospital, and luckily he was all right, or she could be facing manslaughter charges.
Oh, for sure.
Woods was charged with assault and battery and with a dangerous weapon, along with disorderly conduct. She pleaded not guilty. She was in court at the time of the unbelievable arrest. King was in court at the time of the unbelievable arrest, trying to delay his eviction. In 2018, King served a 72-hour notice to vacate. King was served, a 72-hour notice to vacate the home, but a court battle broke out. At the time, he owed $1.2 million on the property. So that's why he's being evicted. The property is $1.5 million. He owes $1.2 million.
Yeah, we get in trouble for a $22 parking ticket. Okay. If you don't pay this, we're going to garnish your wages.
Right. So what happened was he had enough for a down payment on the house and said, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Yeah. And look at the crack. And this was normally a sleepy cul-de-sac.
A sleepy cul-de-sac.
Until King and the Bee Lady fucked everything up. Great story.
Your wife has an early entry. She says, "Bees to the rescue."
Yes, I did write that down.
You did, okay.
Yeah, I did write that down. But at the same time, you fucking went into like you were being stung by bees and had to write something else down. So I can't wait. All right, ladies and gentlemen, feminine products are often used just to smell good and be fresh. But according to this story, something worse happened.
This coming from Yahoo. Headline reads, "Woman with no pants uses feminine deodorant as a weapon against clerk." A suspected shoplifter has been dubbed the aerosol attacker.
Yes.
After she used sprays of feminine deodorant against a Virginia store clerk, according to the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. The suspect was not wearing pants at the time of the incident. The wild attack happened just before 5 p.m. on Wednesday, October 19th, at a convenience store on Weish Road in Stafford. Stafford is about 45 miles southwest of Washington, D.C. Deputy C.C. Crosett responded to a call of a disturbance at Sheetz. Sheetz is a gas station / like a Wawa or a 7-Eleven type thing.
Well, it's a kind of place when everything else is closed and you don't feel like putting pants on, you're going to get some. I didn't even know this shit existed.
Sheetz is one of those gas stations.
That fucking feminine spray. You pour an aerosol on your hoo-hoo.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
I've heard of the vinegar and water and, maybe throw some talcum powder or a little squirt of your Estee Lauder. I didn't know there was a product just for this. I guess there's a product for everything.
There's a product for everything. The caller, a store employee, advised they were just attacked. They provided the description of a female wearing a green shirt and no pants. The victim advised the woman attempted to steal over $20 worth of items. When the store employees attempted to stop her, she sprayed an employee with an aerosol can. She then left the store. A 43-year-old Washington, D.C. woman matching that description was found outside, sitting in her vehicle at one of the gas pumps. Deputy Crosett asked her about the incident, and she confirmed she attempted to steal the items, then sprayed the employee with feminine deodorant.
It's better than air spray, ladies and gentlemen.
A 2-ounce can of fresh floral scented extra care feminine deodorant spray was also recovered.
Oh, I lost my camera.
What the hell happened?
I was laughing too hard and I smashed my camera. Hang on.
Your camera had a heart attack. Nice picture of the fucking lighthouse over there. What is that? Was that on the ceiling?
No,
Where is that picture?
It's on the wall. Am I back?
Yes, there you go. There you go.
I won't hit the desk again next time. That is a lighthouse in I don't know where it is. But anyway, yeah, it's a really cool picture on the wall.
So yes, a 2-ounce can of fresh floral scented extra care feminine deodorant spray was also recovered. The product promises all-day freshness control. And includes such.
Would you spray aerosol on your balls? I wouldn't.
No. Hold while I write things down, though.
Yeah, go right ahead because I haven't taken many notes.
Now, I have a question for you coming up.
Oh, God. I can't wait.
So I know the industry you work in.
Yes.
So I have a question. So this product promises all-day freshness control and includes ingredients such as butane and propane.
I have never heard of propane in an aerosol can.
I was going to ask, do you come across that in your daily work?
No, there's nobody that comes along and asks me if I sell feminine products.
I think you may want to bring this to the attention of your employer.
You think there's
open a new wing of the business.
To diversify.
That's right.
Get they have those suntan oil stands on the beach.
Right.
Put like a feminine product stand out at the corner of the road.
That's right.
Yeah, well, when all those crackheads walk by trying to sell me $25 chocolate bars, that'd be great. And no, here, I'll tell you what, have this on me. Go spray yourself everywhere.
There you go. I think it's a wonderful business opportunity for your place of work. The woman is charged with larceny and assault and battery, and was being held without bond at the Rappahannock Regional Jail. Great job to Deputy Crowset for handling the situation in a cool and calm manner.
Yeah. It wasn't bees, ladies and gentlemen. It was just feminine spray.
It was just feminine spray.
Yeah. All right. Good one. This one, and following this story, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Mike Jolitz before we go to Florida. But this is one I stumbled on tonight. And I sent over to Big B. I go, Big B, it's Halloween. I wish I would have found this sooner. But we even got to play like a little freaking intro to this one.
You get the picture and everything.
This could turn out to be a legendary story or character on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Knock, knock. It's that time of year when things get a little spooky, a little eerie, a little scary. This is when the monsters come out to play. It's Halloween.
Indeed it is.
This brand new story comes from the Daily Mail. Headline reads, Gimp man is spotted flopping around on the floor, writhing and grunting by stunned 19-year-old as police arrest man in his 30s in hunt for body-suited figure who has terrified Somerset villages.
But did you just say the guy that caught him was stoned? Stoned 19-year-old, I thought you said.
Stunned.
Oh, stunned. I thought you said he was stoned. I was going to say this might be like Mothman or something like that.
No.
Okay.
A teenager said he had a very freaky late-night encounter with a man wearing a gimp suit who was unpredictable, flopping to the floor, writhing and grunting. The 19-year-old said he initially thought the unknown man was drunk when he allegedly approached him and his friend in Cleve, North Somerset, about 00:25 on Tuesday, which is 25 after midnight.
Good. Thank you for and we have a lot of British listeners now, so they know, but our North American listeners probably don't.
Yes, that would be the 24-hour clock, not the 12-hour clock. So 00:25 is 25 after midnight.
See, despite the stories, you're always learning something valuable. So
always.
Just remember that.
He claims the man took a step up on the pavement, arched his body, and flopped to the ground without putting his hands out to catch himself. Similar sightings of a person wearing a full body suit with a face covering have previously been reported in nearby villages in Claverham and Yatton in 2019, 2021, and 2022. The latest incident, the teen who did not want to be named, described the man as dressed in a shiny dark bodysuit spanning from head to toe, which was covered in mud, along with blue latex gloves. He told the BBC the man had an earthy smell that remained even after he had gone. He stunk. He needed some feminine spray.
Yes, and he was a homeless gimp.
He needed some all-day freshness control is what he needed.
Yes, see, these stories do tie together, even when we don't plan them to.
They always do. I don't want this guy to be seen as a boogeyman, but this kind of thing is this invisible threat that he could be anywhere. It's indirectly causing fear, the teenager added. It's not just about the encounter, but the effect it has in waves through the community. It's quite gut-wrenching. The teen said they felt worried and in shock because of the absurdity of the incident, also ended up laughing. Officers raced to the scene along with a dog unit and a police helicopter and carried out a search. A man in his 30s was arrested from an address in the local area on suspicion of causing a public nuisance.
Did he fall to the ground and flop when the cops arrived?
Well, no, it doesn't say that.
Oh.
The initial person did. He has since been released on bail, but is subject to a nighttime curfew and is not allowed to leave his home between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m.
So a guy in a gimp suit can't appear in daytime hours. I didn't even know.
Well, a guy in a gimp suit can't appear in nighttime hours. He is free to walk around in his gimp suit from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So if you're out and about in midday brunch and see a man in a gimp suit, ask him to flop around for your entertainment.
I had no idea there was such a thing as a gimp suit. It's Gimp Man. He might be a good guy.
Well, did you ever see Pulp Fiction?
Yes, or what was
Gimp? Get the Gimp.
But what was the one with all those weird heroes? They were all misfit heroes. I can't remember now. But anyway,
I have no idea.
I think Gimp Man should have his own spot. If Black Adam can be a bad guy who's really a good guy, starring The Rock, we could have like Brandon Fraser as Gimp Man.
Brandon Fraser as Gimp Man.
Yes, that's
Let's
fine.
pitch this to the Hallmark Channel. Brandon Fraser as
a little bit, right? Like, Gimp Man falls on the ground and he's frolicking in front of this woman who's from out of town, staying at 444 Main Street in Victoria, BC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she feels bad for him because she thinks he's having a seizure or something, and then she unmasks him, and Gimp Man falls in love during a Christmas movie. It's like a retake on The Grinch. I go back to The Grinch again.
I think we need a script writer, or if you can write it, you please write the script and let's submit it to the Hallmark Channel Canada, and let's get this show going.
Yeah, a very gimpy Christmas.
A very gimpy Christmas.
It's just an idea to throw it there. And this guy, and trust me, if you could see my wife with her bonbons on the couch, they always cheer for the underdog.
Oh, of course.
They want the underdog to find true love. And if Gimp Man ain't the underdog, it would have to be like a 4-part series, because by the time he took that suit off to make love to the woman he falls in love with, they'd need a major commercial break. They'd have to go to the ShamWow guy for half an hour.
Wait, so are we doing Gimp backstory? So are you saying that Gimp Man is actually a very insecure individual, and the reason why he wears the Gimp suit is because he doesn't want to expose himself outwardly to the public. He is very ashamed of his body and his person, so he wears the Gimp suit.
So what happens is in the local cafe in the town, because there's no major restaurant chains or anything like that. He's like a back cook or whatever you call him, the line cook in the back. And he's got some bitch of a fucking waitress like what's her name, Flo from Alice there, just screaming at him all the time. And he's really shaky, and he's doing his best to prepare the food. And he enters and leaves through the back door and runs to his apartment. But he really wants to see the world, and he really wants to fall in love. So he puts on his Gimp suit.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls around in his cat's litter. That's how he gets the earthly smell.
Got it. Okay.
And so no one will pick up that that's really him. Does that sell or not?
Does he maybe have a cleft palate?
He has a cleft palate. Is very good. But here's the thing you got to understand about the Hallmark movies.
Mm-hmm.
Who he falls in love with is the really mean waitress's niece.
The good-hearted niece.
And somehow she's got to convince the angry waitress that the short order cook, aka Gimp Man, is actually a really good person. And at the end, the styrofoam's falling out of the sky, the snowbells are ringing, and everyone's happy at the end, and they're all drinking hot chocolate.
So at the end, does Gimp Man take off his Gimp suit and is dressed in a wonderful 3-piece
Yes,
actual
like
suit,
like a white suit, and he's given a top hat, and they all get in a carriage, and they're taken away by those Clydesdale horses, and they stop, and the aunt is kind of depressed because she treated them badly, and they bring her on to, and they all go off and drink hot chocolate and cut down a Christmas tree, and everyone's happy. Endings are easy to write.
And is the final scene him smiling with his fucked up cleft palate?
Yeah, with his cleft palate, and she gives him a little kiss on the cheek, and then just shows the lipstick on his cheek, and then it fades away, and then the next movie comes on. I mean, the endings are easy to write. It's the backstory that you really got to weave and tinker with.
Well, I like that we're coming with GIMP backstory.
Yeah. You have to. You can't just sell the climax of the movie and the ending. I mean,
right.
Like when I'm sure when people write movies, they have a storyboard, right? Here's the beginning. This is the climax in the middle of the movie, and this is how it's going to end. And then you got to come in and you got to fill in all the other shit.
Right. I like this.
Yeah,
I think we need to roll with this.
Yeah,
we need a script writer.
Yeah,
for anybody out there listening on our new affiliates,
yeah.
We need a script writer to write a GIMP backstory, so we could propose this to the Hallmark Channel Canada.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be what's his name playing the part, Brendan Fraser, because most of the movie's in a GIMP suit. So, and when he's in the kitchen, you really don't see the front of him because you don't want to give away the clef thing, right? So it's not till the very end when he's riding on the carriage with the Clydesdale horses, drinking hot chocolate with the evil aunt, that you see him. So I mean, this could be anybody. We could pick somebody off the street for the lead role.
No, but I like the fact that it would be Brendan Fraser because he was for a long time a leading man in Hollywood, disappeared, he gained weight, he became an outcast. And, now he's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. This would be perfect, a perfect real life mirror of he was somebody at one point, then discovered his cleft palate. He retreated inside himself.
These are GIMP man. Is that where we're going with this?
Well, yes, he retreated inside himself. He found solace in a rubber GIMP suit. And this is how he became GIMP man. So Brendan Fraser is perfect for this.
I don't have time this year, but by next year, I'm sure I'll be able to find a GIMP suit, and I'm going to terrify all the kids in the neighborhood as GIMP man.
Just don't rape.
Halloween 2023, ladies.
Just please don't rape.
I won't, because I can't get anything out of that GIMP suit.
Oh, well, that's true. You're in a GIMP suit.
Yeah. It's not like you're going to be able to penetrate anything. You probably urinate in the GIMP suit when you got to go. Anyway, we got to move along, ladies and gentlemen. I told you that was a good story and it was worth bringing in. News of the weird for the night. One of our favorite people in the whole world is Mike Jolitz, and we always make sure that we bring him on. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for our Halloween Spooktacular show, he is a new segment. So for all of you that are new to the show, be sure to listen right now with our good friend, Mike Jolitz, as he reads the news.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. How are you, DK? And how the hell's it going, Sir Big B? Man, hope you guys are having a good week. I had a pretty good week myself. But now, it is time for Mike Reads the News. The World Series is on. It's the Phillies against the Astros. Game 1 is tonight in Houston. I don't care who wins. I just hope it's good. The Bears beat the Patriots last Sunday night. It was the first time they won in Foxborough. Next Monday is the battle for Ohio. Cincinnati plays the Cleveland Browns. That'll be a stinker. The McRib is back for a short time at McDonald's starting this Halloween. It might be the farewell tour for the McRib. Go get you one if you want to get sick. Former Coyote Phil Kessel and now Golden Knight hockey player played in his 990th consecutive game. The Iron Man also got his 400th goal. Wow. The Twitter deal went through. Elon Musk is the new owner. What a time to be alive. Suck it, you whiny snowflakes. Leave if you need to. Back to the NFL. The Buccaneers lost to the Panthers last weekend. The Packers shit the bed and lost as well. Pittsburgh stunk up the joint. Suck it, Howard. The Eagles won again and are the only undefeated team left. The Bears won on the road and the Chiefs did also. The Buccaneers played last night. I didn't watch. I didn't care. Whatever. The Zach Brown band tried to go to Canada to do a concert. They were denied. I didn't read what happened. I don't care. And finally, in the news, Mick Mars of Motley Crue is retiring from touring. John 5 is going to fill in for him.
Who?
The Money Grab Tour is scheduled to go into 2023. Not getting my money. Here's a little something different. It was a busy week for death. Jerry Lee Lewis died on Wednesday. He was 172. Actor Leslie Jordan died as well. I had no idea who he was. I had to look up who he was. Whatever. And also dying this week was Kanye West's career. Alrighty, guys. Hey, here's something a little new for you, so give this a listen. And now it is time for Twitter shits.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Alrighty, guys. It is time for Twitter shits. You guys tweet me and I reply, sort of. Sometimes I just laugh. All right, so if you haven't heard, Joe Biden and his crony losers are trying to get Americans to get yet another COVID shot. This time, for those lucky enough to get that 3rd or 18th jab, they can get a $20 gift certificate for food at the grocery store.
Dang, that's pretty good, Jed.
Alrighty, so there's the backstory, and that brings me to the tweets.
Come on, man.
From Johnny Wad, he says, we need a good president, not a coupon.
And then?
Joey Long chimed in, $20? That's like a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk now.
And then?
Joanne Vensky tweeted, I wasn't going to get it, but a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk is just too hard to pass up.
And then?
Dwayne Farton tweeted, lunatic. One word, lunatic.
And then?
Jimmy Murray tweeted, at first I thought this was an Onion story. Yeah, pretty close.
And then?
Philip Johnson tweeted, good boy, you go get a treat now.
And then?
Lincoln from Avon asked if he can use the $20 coupon for makeup.
And then?
And finally in the Twitter shits, Chris the Mole Man asked if he can use his $20 gift card for Thick Dick Cream.
And then?
No, and then. Alrighty, guys, so that does it for this, the Twitter shits.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Search Cave Crew Radio.
Mike reads the news. Back to the show. DK, Sir Big B, you guys are the best. It's awesome being part of the show. Later, guys. Bye-bye.
I think I played the commercial over part of it. It sounded like it was done. I apologize, Mike Jolitz. I vote in favor of Twitter shits.
See, and what I heard, what I listened to this morning was a completely different Twitter shits than what was just played.
See?
This was new to me. So I'm loving, and like I said, now that Elon Musk is the owner of Twitter, the Twitter liberals are going to have a meltdown. So this is going to have nothing but fodder for Mike Jolitz and Twitter shits for a long
better
time to
sign
come.
this
It's
guy
going to be a
up
great,
long-term,
great
BB. He's going
segment.
to leave us again because he's going to get popular.
It's Twitter shits.
I
is
know,
gonna
but
be
he's
a
going to
great,
be like
great
Future
segment.
Stew.
I can't wait
They
for
always
future
leave
of it.
us. We build them up and make them something, and then they fuck off. No,
I
he's a
don't
good
think
guy.
Mike Jolitz.
I would like to know, because I'd be willing to pay for it, where he gets those songs made. We could use a few.
Wasn't that Twitter shit
Yeah.
song awesome? I love that. I heard that this morning. I was like, oh, this kicks ass.
Yeah, so I'll be reaching out to Mike to try and get to his contact, whoever is making those songs, and we could use a few, from our regular produced stuff that we do.
We certainly could.
Segment to look forward to every week, ladies and gentlemen. Twitter shits. We're going to have to alter his poster a little bit.
Twitter shits is going to be awesome.
Have a Twitter bird dumping on his poster there. We'll have to make him a new poster. Maybe if I make him a new poster, he'll hook me up with the dude that writes those songs. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Still a little bit to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of our favorite places. And I do believe it's yours too. There's only a couple tonight. But whenever we find them, it's always fun to bring it in.
Everyone from Florida is stupid.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the news.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's favorite state, everybody's favorite place for news. It's time for Florida in the news. The first story from Florida.
This one, though, Big B, is now that when I picked this, I didn't know that we were going to go through your the missing wallet that's been found, and then the Hallmark shit that we went through. I'm really feeling we're going to lose all our ratings over this show. Anyway, what's this story?
But it all ties together nicely. This first story from Florida comes from the New York Post. Headline reads, Florida Good Samaritan discovers $150,000 worth of cocaine washed up on the shoreline and hands it to authorities. A Good Samaritan in Florida discovered over $150,000 of cocaine that washed up on the shoreline and handed it to authorities. The individual made the discovery on the shores of Daytona Beach, Florida, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection Miami Sector Chief Patrol Agent Walter N. Slosser. Slosser tweeted that the package contained nearly 11 pounds of cocaine, which has a street value of over $150,000.
So this person obviously knew what it was, because it could have been like a whale kidney stone or something.
Wrapped in a black plastic bag.
Well, you never know. They eat debris, and we're ruining the earth as we speak. So, maybe the whale ate a glad garbage bag and passed a kidney stone. This person knew it needed to be turned in. This is a person with a guilty conscience.
He's trying to atone for something in his life.
Ooh.
He's trying to atone for something.
Yeah.
Daytona Beach, Florida. Good man. Inside the package, the drugs were seized by Border. And that's the story. That was a short one. But now, so let me pose this question. What would you do? You're walking along the beach in Florida. You find 11 pounds of cocaine. You don't know the street value. The police put the street value on it. You don't know the street value of it, but there's 11 pounds of it's a heavy brick of cocaine.
Yeah.
Do you turn it in or do you try to sell it?
Okay, so you're catching me because I have watched What Would You Do on many occasions with that, what's his name? John, I can't remember his full name. But anyway, he was like, what would you do? And they got actors and stuff like that. Well, I got no use for cocaine, to be honest with you. If I found a truckload of beer, you might have me cornered on that one. or a lot of whiskey or even cash, that would kind of tear at me a little bit. Oh, no one's going to know. It's washed up on the beach. Probably person's drowned or something. No one's going to miss it. I might take those, but cocaine, I really got no. I'd probably turn it in because first of all, don't want to get caught with the cocaine.
Right.
I'm selling it and risk everything, that I've done. And I also am not attracted to cocaine in the least. So I probably do the same. I would turn it in.
But you're on vacation in Florida. You're in the same financial situation you are now. I don't know whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You're in the same exact financial situation you are now. You're just on vacation in Florida. You see this cocaine there. No matter what your financial situation is, you could make a couple of bucks off of this.
Or I could rip it open, snort the shit out of it, and find my soulmate.
And leave your wife and then get rejected. Yes, you could do that.
Neither of which I would do. I honest to God, I think in all reality, if I saw a bag of cocaine sitting on the beach, I would take it. I don't know if I'd bring it to the authorities, but I'd probably turn it into a lifeguard or something. I the hotel clerk or somebody. I don't know if I'd waste my vacation bringing it to the authorities because they'd be like, where'd you find this? We got to take your picture. We got to get a statement. No good deed can be that easy, Big B. It wouldn't be like, hey, here's some cocaine, or hey, I found this baby in the alley. I'm just dropping off in the emergency room. Things don't go that smooth. Heroes have much more trouble than bad guys.
See, I'm torn. I'm torn. So I'm in the exact same financial situation I am in now, not worse off or better. I'm on vacation in Florida. Now, the one question that would come to my mind is, how did I get to Florida? Did I fly or did I drive? Because if I flew, there is no way I could ever even try to.
So you wouldn't bag it up in Florida and sell it on the beach?
I don't know anybody in Florida. I know people in New York.
Okay, so
I know people in New York. Let's just. So if I drove, I could possibly bring it with me. Now, again, I'm facing huge felony charges if for whatever reason I am pulled over because I have 11 pounds of cocaine and I'm transporting across state lines. But all things considered, I'm not a reckless driver. All my lights work and my license is good. I'm not a criminal. If I could get it to New York, I may try to sell it.
I've got another scenario for you. Would you package it up and bring it to UPS or Pure Later or whatever you guys got over there and mail it to yourself?
No.
Because odds are in your favor that 2 fucking bricks of cocaine would show up.
No, I would never do that because they go through drug testing and all of that stuff, and my name would be on it. There is absolutely no way that I would send it mail, UPS, FedEx. Absolutely not. If I'm not, if I flew to Florida,
you know your luck. You ordered a smoker, you got 2. You ordered a laptop, you got 2. You ordered 15 pounds of charcoal, and you ended up with 125 pounds. Just ship the cocaine to yourself. You're gonna have a mountain of the fucking shit. You'll be bigger than New Jack City.
I never ordered the cocaine. Like I didn't go on Drizzly and find the cocaine store and order cocaine. It was found. So that doesn't work that way. If I was to ship it through UPS, FedEx, USPS, all 3 go through some form of drug scans at some point along the lines. And my name is on it. My address is on it. There is no way.
Yes, but all you got to do is pick up the phone and call Nardo in Tijuana and go, hello, I've lost my big brick of cocaine. Oh, no problem, man. We send you another one underground tunnel.
Yes, but
No problem.
I don't know Nardo in Tijuana. I know some people here in New York. That's who I know.
Okay. You got children now. You got to get rid of those people.
Right. So no, they are nowhere near my house. I just know them through being in music and all of those,
You
these are
meet in a rowboat by the Statue of Liberty or by Staten Island.
So
Meet me in a rowboat, I'll be wearing a red sash.
so I would have to say, in all honesty, it would depend on how I got to Florida. If I flew, that I would have to turn it in immediately.
I'm a Canadian too, right? So I even have more risk.
Right, but you could drive as well. Like if you're driving.
I'm not going to cross the border with cocaine. I have enough of a heartbreak when I'm crossing the border with milk.
Nobody likes your bagged milk here in the U.S.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What would you do?
Your wife says UPS. She would apparently ship it UPS.
She probably would. She's just a gold digger. Anyway, I got to tell you, folks, what would you do? You can tell us on Cave Crew Radio Facebook page or email us at cavecrewradio@gmail.com. And maybe we'll have like a real famous segment like Twitter shits. Anyway, if it isn't the fucking heartbreaker from story number 3.
Look at Jason Scott, not Jason Scott, but Jason who dumped Amanda Trenfield in story. Yes, was it story number 3 we had.
Stay tuned for the Hallmark movie, Jason.
That's right.
You missed it. You snooze, you lose. You're out getting ice cream on a cool fall night looking at leaves. Anyway, let's wrap it up with this one. This one's a little bit more our speed.
This comes from News 18. Headline reads, naked Florida man attacks woman for not giving him a crack pipe to smoke
Ties right into the other story.
A man in South Florida was arrested after he was accused of attacking a woman who did not provide him with a crack pipe. The man, who was identified as Roberto Hercules, was arrested in Hialeah on Friday and is now facing 3 felony charges. According to a report by Local 10, the accused man was completely naked, wearing only a cowboy hat when he attacked the woman at Northwest 72nd Street.
Then he was not completely naked. He had a cowboy hat on.
Well, yes, he had a cowboy hat on, but from the hair follicles down, he was naked.
Hair follicles down.
The Miami-Dade police reportedly claimed that the victim was riding her bicycle in the area when she came across Hercules. He asked the woman if she had a crack pipe, and the officers claimed that he attacked her soon after she declined having a pipe. The victim jumped from her bicycle to run away from the attacker, but Hercules reportedly chased after her, and continued to strike her with a machete on his left arm.
Why do they always have machetes in Florida? Do you ever notice that?
Because he was naked. He didn't have any place to put a gun.
How many times in these stories, it could be a flamethrower, it could be a handgun, it could be a baseball bat, it could be a fucking teacup. It's always a machete in Florida.
I think because it's a swamp and they got to hack through some stuff.
Maybe. I don't know.
The accused ran off from the location of the crime. The women suffered multiple injuries due to the violent altercation, including a fractured skull, a broken arm, a laceration on her left arm, and bleeding in the small portion of her brain.
Oh, she got the shit kicked out of her.
She was in an intensive care unit at the time of the filing of the report in stable condition, which is good.
I'm glad she's stable. Did they fry Roberto Hercules?
It was on a Friday when the police.
You don't want to run the cocaine. These are the kind of people you meet up with. Have you ever watched those bachelor party stories in Vegas?
What bachelor party stories in
When they
Vegas?
go to Vegas and they go on the bachelor party and the dentist gets a tattoo and Mike Tyson.
You talking about the Hangover?
Hangover, yeah. This is why you don't want to touch the cocaine.
Well, if I'm ever in Florida walking along the beach, I will search out cocaine and then see what I do.
Yeah, and then you're gonna end up with the fucking Roberto Hercules running down after you with a machete. You've got children and wife. I'm gonna smash my camera again.
Be careful of the camera.
Set tonight.
I tried so hard at the beginning of the show to make this wholesome. It was on a Friday when the police tracked down Hercules, who was sleeping in a tent in the West 10th Court in Hialeah. Even during the time of his arrest, the accused was completely naked, and the officers found 2 cowboy hats in his tent. Reportedly, when the officers arrived at the tent,
cowboy hats,
completely naked, 2 cowboy hats, and I guess a machete.
Yeah.
And no crack pipe. Reportedly, when the officers arrived at the tent, the alleged man yelled he wanted to get shot before complying with the investigation. The attacked woman was able to identify Hercules after she was shown a photo lineup. The process was done when she was still in the hospital bed. According to the case registered against Hercules, he now faces 3 felony charges, including attempted murder, aggravated battery with a weapon, and attempted armed robbery.
Ma'am, do you recognize this guy as the perpetrator? Yes, that's the mole by his belly button. He was naked.
I recognized the growth on his left nutsack.
Oh, gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've had as much fun as we have. We've had a great crowd in here tonight. Not to mention anyone listening on our affiliates that probably are emailing the stations right now to have us banned. But we started out with good intentions. We did. Okay.
I tried very hard at the very beginning. Jason Scott, you missed the very special epicenter. You must go back and listen. I tried very hard at the very beginning of the show to bring this to a wholesome, family-oriented level. And we have descended into madness.
The hell, like we always do. You also missed Mike Jolitz's new segment, which I think you're going to love. Isbia lighting up the chat like fireworks on Guy Fawkes Day. It was a good show. It was great to be here, ladies and gentlemen. And next week, we will be live on Pulse Talk Radio in the UK, simulcasting. Yeah, I don't know if they have a chat or not, but they need to kind of migrate over to us. We'll have to make sure we tell them how to communicate and reach out to us.
That will be an extra special show because we for the very first time in our history, outside of Choo Choo Stu being with us, but being on an affiliated radio station, the first time in history we will be live outside of North America.
Right. I mean, people can watch us, but we won't actually have our tower there.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, obviously, Choo Choo Stu and Shorts Eye have watched us from England, but we'll actually have a presence. And I don't know if they know who we are. You as the king of Stenchlandia, you're in Stench Alley, the Water Gypsies. We may be branded as like the Fox News of England.
I think next week I may have to write a minor speech as the king of Stenchlandia, explaining to the good people of was it Pulse Talk Radio in England, since this will be our first live broadcast, explaining our position in Stenchlandia,
right?
How we were insulted. We were friends of the Queen of England. We were insulted by King Charles, and we have migrated off to form Stenchlandia. And we ask for your support. I think I will write a small speech.
And you got to remember, I'm still there in the Elias stench that smells like piss with the Water Gypsies camping by the River Thames. And that the Water Gypsies are not their enemies. They're not impeding on their land. They're friendly as long as you're friendly to us.
That's right. I think next week I will have a what they call a watershed moment.
Court. Should we bring it to the court of the urine stench?
I don't think so much bring it to the court. I think as king of Stenchlandia, I will have what they call a watershed moment and bring my case directly to the people, because when we were initially insulted by King Charles, we didn't have the outlet to bring it directly to the people of England. Next week, we have that opportunity. So I think as king, I will present Stenchlandia to the people of England directly, as we will be live.
You're going to basically be like Mata Hari or Tokyo Rose or Good Morning Vietnam. Like this is a political vessel for you.
I'm trying to gain support for the kingdom of Stenchlandia.
Okay, I got you. Stay tuned, live UK listeners. We're coming for you. If you're listening on demand right now, we will be live and you'll be able to interact with us on November 4th, which I am convinced I need to Google, but I'm sure it's Guy Fuck Day, which is a major holiday over there.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well, you
we still have a couple of minutes.
Show, because we got to wrap up now and name the show, but I'll babble for a few minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening tonight. I know it wasn't
November 5th.
So the day after. So we will officially do something for Guy Fawkes Day.
Yes.
And you'll all have fireworks and large bonfires and stuff like that over in England. And we'll help to educate our people on this side of the pond that haven't listened to us since 2015 and actually realized what that is, because we talk about it every single year. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right. Cave Crew Radio, cavecrewradio.com. You can find everything there. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, all our affiliates, available wherever podcasts can be found. Merchandise on the site. Just go to Cave Crew Radio. You want to have some fun with us during the week when we're not on the air. Join the Cave Crew Radio Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter. And be sure to follow Mike Jolitz. That's at Mike Jolitz. And respond to his tweets. And you may end up on a future episode of Twitter Shits. He may actually have 2 segments on the show soon. This may get big.
I think Twitter Shits is going to be great.
All right, so it's that time of the show where we name the show. Anyone who hasn't been with us before. I don't have a lot. Isbia sent us a message earlier, said, bees to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
I liked, and I think it's more a show note, but I really like this. Full beekeeper garb. I think it's a very catchy show note.
I think that's a wonderful show note.
Both you and Mike Jolitz said this, but I think it ties into a lot of the stories that you brought tonight. So I thought it was a good message as a show note. Is what a time to be alive. I just kind of wrote that down. I thought, you know what, that kind of carries the positive theme. I also wrote down he had an earthly smell. But the only one I possibly have that could be a show name, and I think it's a strong one, is it's Gimp Man.
It's Gimp Man. Okay.
Of course, Mike Joel or Jason Scott wouldn't know because he wasn't here for the story. You've got to have 6.
5.
5. Okay. You seem like you're writing down more than that. Let me get a quick swig of beer before I start reading.
Sure. I'm going to take a swig of peanut butter whiskey, since I did not get have the drink of the night tonight because my wife is still at my son's school.
She stood you up. Big part of the show. Probably lost listeners because of it. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1.
So I'm going to start with, I'm going to echo what you had. I also had Gimp Man.
Yeah, I like that. Gimp Man.
Next, very early in the beginning of the show, you came up with Dallawalla, South Dakota.
I don't even think it's a real place.
It's not. You just came up with it. Dallawalla, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Next, I think is a wonderful show note. The honeycomb hauling hothead.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. The honeycomb
hauling hothead.
Hothead. Yeah, that is good.
We already said Gimp Man. Next, a very gimpy Christmas.
Yes, our new show.
A very gimpy Christmas. This is our Jason Scott. You have to listen to our proposal to the Hallmark Network of Canada with Brendan Fraser as Gimp Man. It's going to be a hit.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Much more positive than the news story that we read.
Yes, absolutely. And then finally,
probably going to be the show name, ladies and gentlemen, because I've got nothing but Gimp Man to fall back on.
This is my favorite. All day freshness control.
All day
freshness control.
Yeah, we could fit that in. It's pressing a long show, but we can do that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Halloween show is called All Day Freshness Control. If we didn't cover the gambit tonight, I don't care if we've talked about Halloween or not, we had Gimp Man. And we talked about the Halloween candy and why Mrs. B wasn't here and all this stuff. Well, I think we brought it to you tonight. We have torn at your emotions. We have brought you from crying to anger to sympathy and revenge. We have covered the gambit as far as I'm concerned tonight. Which is something we don't always do, but we'll try to bring more heartfelt stories into the show. If you like that, just email us or post it on our Facebook group.
We started with a very special epicenter and descended down into our normal awfulness. We did run the gamut tonight.
Yeah. From Asgard to hell.
There you go.
That could have been a show now. Anyway, it's too late. All right, kids, we'll catch you next week when we're going to be live in England and in North America. It's going to be a ball. It's always great to hang out with you. We appreciate and we love you guys, as negative and mean as we get. Have a great night.
Happy Halloween. Boo! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
For every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated.